Hello, welcome to Mercurial Sarah. I am Mercurial Sarah and I'm going to be doing your tarot pulls for the week. Let's get started. So, we're going to invoke the spirit of Mercury with us so that we can understand and our translation of the unconscious can become conscious. So, we ask of you, Mercury, to come with us right now to enter the hearts of everyone, even though you're about to go retrograde and you're about to traverse the scary lands of Hades and then come back with new information to give us. We're going to be prepared for that information. We want to know what you want us to know, and we want to be delivered it with cleanliness and with consistency and correctness and with calmness as well. So let Mercury into your hearts, open a door, get a fan on, do something, fill up your lungs, and just when you think that you can't fill it up anymore, do it another time. And then exhale. We sacrifice a part of your spirit to let his spirit in. And he's with us. Let's get started. So this week, again, I do these polls when I don't really necessarily know exactly what's happening in the cosmic sky because I haven't gotten to my daily astrology report yet for Instagram, but I like to see what's going on with this first and then anyways. So this week in the stars, we have Mercury retrograde in Virgo at 4 degrees. Venus is entering her space of Virgo, not her space, I meant her fall. Then the sun is going to sextile Jupiter on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we have the Mercury retrograde conjoins with Venus. So you might receive some lovely information on Thursday. And then Friday, we have Mercury retrograde sextile Neptune. So that information might be clouded with some confusion, or that whatever information that you previously received is actually hinged with some sort of delusion in a way, because Neptune represents deceitfulness, but also things that are very unclear. So that's pretty much it. And it looks like a very calm weekend. The moon's going to be in Scorpio. So maybe not super calm because that's not really one of Scorpio's traits. That's Taurus's traits. I think Scorpios can be calm, actually. Never mind. I take that back. Aries, let's see what we get for you. Speaking of Mars, a card just fell out for you guys. Aw, Aries. That's cute. Queen of Cups is like you have lots of emotion in your hand and you're willing to digest it and you're willing to understand it and actually do good with it for the rest of the world. So I think that this is a good energy for Queen of Cups. I need to exfoliate. Holy shit. Sorry. I'm getting a little bit out of thing. Maybe Aries needs to exfoliate. Queen of Cups can be about really deep emotions and liking something good about it. I like Queen of Cups energy. Let's see what the Rider-Waite tarot deck says exactly about it. I think that this just means that you guys have like overabundance of emotions and you need to like release it. And then when you guys do release it, it's actually going to be good. So it seems like very creative energy as well, especially like mastering that creative energy. Queens are all about feminine power of creation and divinity and receptiveness as well, because that's what a queen does. A queen is one that wants to be the most mature and like most right about something. I feel like a lot of energy on me right now. I recently just had a tweet go viral about some crypto prediction, and that's always kind of scary. Like you have a prediction go viral because like, I'm wrong, then the world will know. But I feel like most astrologers don't give public predictions because of that. So I find it very brave and very noble to make a prediction. And also, again, Queen of Cups is very noble. Anyways, I'm sorry, Aries, that I'm putting in my information in here. I'm sorry. So Queen of Cups, good, fair woman, honest, devoted, who will do service to the querent, loving intelligence, and hence the gift of vision, success, happiness, pleasure, also wisdom and virtue. So this week is a good week for the Aries. It seems like Aries are adapting more of like slower lifestyle, or that there is some sort of, again, loving of intelligence, finding your way into wisdom. And true wisdom, true gnosis has an emotional attachment to it. We know this because of the limbic system and how it operates. So it looks like you guys are having some sort of vision or some sort of gift given to you this week. It's really good for the Aries. So you guys might receive something this week, especially ones that have to do with emotions. And you also might output something this week because that also has to do with emotions. So I love that. Moving on, let's go to our wonderful little bulls. Taurus. Page of Swords reversed. You fell out of love with them, didn't you? it's not quite the sort of thing that you thought that it was going to be. I think that this is, again, like falling out of love with someone, or like really seeing the clear picture about it as well, or like someone revealing their true character and you being like, maybe that's not what I wanted. Page of Swords reversed. It can also be about dropping your intelligence or should have known something beforehand. It definitely seems like the Mercury retrograde might affect the Tauruses, especially because Uranus is in Taurus right now. So the sign of Taurus is just dealing with sudden ups and downs and things that can go wrong, will go wrong. Like Murphy's Law, if you guys know what that whole thing is about, it's like a philosophical thing that says like, it'll go wrong. And that's kind of Taurus is going through, especially with the Page of Swords reversed. It's kind of intelligence not really utilized properly. So you guys might have to check your bank accounts, or you guys might have to be a little bit more certain on what exactly it is that you want and making sure that you execute that, because your blade might be a little bit dull right now. So it's kind of a scary thing for Taurus risings to have going on. So it can also be like fall of something as well. You didn't really see it coming, so you could have, you're going to make a mistake this week, I think. So that's what I think for the Taurus risings, especially with Mercury retrograde being in an earth sign. It's starting in an earth sign, but it ending in a fire sign. So it's like something of the subconscious coming about you, or something from the subconscious being entered into your own consciousness. And this can be something, again, that's not really that good. So it's like, oh, I made a mistake on that, and then you have to redo it and refix it later. I feel, no, let me do Gemini. Heavy energy for the Taurus. Gemini. Queen of Swords reversed. Another Swords cards reversed. Also interesting because Swords relates to air energy, which is about intelligence, ideas, talking, creating something that has to do with the ephemeral, something non-tangible. And this is with the Queen of Swords. So you might like disappoint an older person this week, Gemini, or that you might have to redo something that causes you to be a little bit more intelligent on something. Again, Mercury retrograde is starting this week, and we have, and then you're ruled by Mercury. So, or Gemini energy. Again, this can be for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or whatever, but it seems like you're dropping some sort of like intelligence, or that you're letting something go. It's kind of rough energy for Gemini. Again, Queen of Swords, though, at least you are a queen. You can make mistakes, and because you've gotten to a place of something. So you're making heavy mistakes, but at least you're in the circumstance where you can make this heavy mistake. But it doesn't seem bad. Again, retrogrades always have like a reversal thing going on. So this might just be about you, again, making a heavy mistake and then you having to redo it over time. But that's okay, because this also might like induce something better out of your life. Let's see what Queen of Swords is in here. We love swords. Again, Gemini and Taurus, whatever's happening, it's going to be okay. Like, going to be fine. Let's see Queen of Swords reversed. Malice, bigotry, artifice, prudence, prudery, and deceit. So I don't really like the word bigotry, but you might just have misjudged something. There's something that might have not have caught your attention, and you need to go back and like that, oh yeah, this is worth my while. Seems like you might be deceived, or you think that you might be deceived. This is not the person who you thought it was. Like, thought this person was going to offer you all this and that. Like, no, you have to do that because you are the queen, and you can't be relying off the system to provide for you. Jupiter and Gemini is really doing a lot of good for the Geminis, because that's what Jupiter does. But again, Jupiter is very scary, and it's like you have to act a certain way in order to be with the priest or to be in the pastor's church or whatever. It's a lot of hard work to work with Jupiter, and it might be about you having to undergo something. And also, Jupiter has been in shadow territory for a while now. Jupiter has been in shadow since, I think it is, let me see, I'm doing all of this by the calendar in my bio. So I have all of that written here, like shadow periods and everything. So Jupiter entered shadow July 14th, a sign of Gemini. So that time week for you, Geminis, is important for some reason. So we're talking about the week of the 14th of July. That might have been significant, although not happening now, happening later on this year when Jupiter like steps back towards there. But there might be something going on where you have to like read something, or again, you're just being deceived. It's not how it is. And also Neptune is squaring your sign as well. So you're kind of dealing with a little bit of things that are coming into your awareness that like you shouldn't have. So it's a tough one. It's tough. Go on to the Cancers. Cancer? I love Cancer. Something so wet and inviting about a Cancer. Ooh, the Death reversed. I think that you guys are going through a rebirthing process. Expected. I think that it means, like, of course you guys have to pivot. It's like an expected metamorphosis, or it's an expected change. That's all I have for the Cancer risings, especially, or Cancer sun, moon, whatever. Cancer energy in general is just going through a change that they knew that was going to happen. Also, Cancer is coming into a very significant time very soon, just because of the eclipses that are going to be taking place. And we're going to be having our first eclipse in Pisces, and Cancer and Pisces obviously work very well with each other. So I see this as like a happy change, or it's like a change that is going to be more fluid to who they are. It's because the eclipses in Aries and Libra might have rocked their boat a little bit too much, whereas now you get to kind of sit and you get to kind of where you want your wind to sails at, or whatever. Okay, what was that? I feel like I'm going to count this for the Leos, because I was thinking about Leo energy as soon as that card dropped. And I got the Knight of Pentacles for the Leos. Be someone young coming into your life, possibly like a hot man as well, someone with money. Love that for the Leos. So yeah, it seems like someone young, someone nice, someone has power. It can be an earth sign as well. So you might, or like an earth energy type of person. So it seems like you might be dealing with like young money, someone who is a little bit dark as well. Maybe not tall. They might not be super tall, but they might have something about themselves where they're very in control, and they have this more of like a security complex in a way. That's kind of like Knight of Pentacles assumes for me. Leo, and also this is a yellow card, so there's lots of happiness and brightness going on. Yeah, I like that for the Leos. Let's move on to the Virgos. And also the sun is going to be sextiling on the 7th, which is Wednesday. So Leo, take note of that. Wednesday is going to be probably significant to do with whatever this person is, or whoever like this is for, that Knight of Pentacles. Allow them into your life, accept them into your life. And they're going to be good for you when they make you laugh. When you're laughing and you're like, wow, that was funny. That's how you're going to know. You're going to be like, okay, I get it. Pull for the Virgos. Virgo. Ooh, rebalancing. This is funny because I like to refer to Mercury retrogrades as kind of balancing of something, or like a recalibration. So it seems like there's a part of your life or an area of your life where you really haven't been giving a lot of attention towards, and now you're going to start doing that. I'm going to try to see an example for me. I think for me, it's like stuff. Really haven't been paying attention to my friends, and I feel really bad about that. And like Mercury retrograde, I set the intention to pay more attention to my friends, or to like them as much as attention as they give me. Virgo, I think that like there'd be something of your life, you know, it's your cleaning situation, or like your space clean. Is your mind clean? Are you giving enough attention to your body? Are you working your body? This body is just a vessel for a soul, and you need to take care of that. And Virgos know exactly how to do that, obviously, because Virgo is the sign of health and our digestive system, and a lot of our vata power comes from our digestive tract. So yeah, it seems like there is some recalibration going on here. I want to see what the Rider-Waite says about that too. Justice in particular. Righteousness, probability, and executive. Sorry, I can read really well in my head. I'm actually a very fast reader, which is why I can like read all of these books and like be fine with it. But righteousness, executive. I like that. Seems like Virgos are stepping into their power, especially with Saturn sitting on their 7th house. It's like to make the right decision. Like I said, I think that this is an excellent Mercury retrograde. I know every astrologer has been like, this is the worst of Mercury. No, it's not. It's really not. It's shocking revelations. That's exactly what Mercury wants to do. Mercury wants to be in control of something, in control of the narrative. Mercury loves to be the translator. That's what his job is. He doesn't love to do it. That's what he's tasked to do with. Going retrograde in Virgo, and it's also going to be making several like squares to Uranus, on the planet of change and disruption. And modern day astrologers say that Mercury is exalted in the sign of Aquarius. So this is a really nice retrograde to finally get epiphanies in, and to put that sternly in your heart, because it's going to stay in Virgo for so long. And Mercury does really well in Virgo. Mercury is going to be kind of a little bit rocky for a moment with that, but Mercury is going to be staying at the same position basically from 5th to the 7th, which is Monday and Wednesday. So So Monday and Wednesday might be very slow days. And then also it finally enters Leo on the 15th of August. So not until too long. But again, Virgo, Mercury moves about like a degree every day, sometimes even faster than our so Mercury is staying at the 4th degree for like week almost. Mercury has been at the 4th degree since the 2nd of August, and it will stay to the 4th until like the 2nd to the 8th. What is that? That's like almost a week of like just Virgo's land. So Virgo, you're getting your up, you know, me in particular, like I've been reading so much lately. Like all I want to do is just bury my head in a book. You see my Kobo over there? It's the best decision to buy that thing. Well, my dad gifted it to me, so thank you, Dad. I know watch these. But so my dad gave me Kobo and I've just been reading like crazy. I feel like this. I know how the universe works. At least I think I do. I'm kind of arrogant for me to say. I'm sorry. Please, God, don't smite me. But Virgo, you know what to do. You know how to think. You know what's expected of you. You know land. You know the home. You don't need your Apple Maps. Put it away. Pay attention to the road, you know? And to the Libras. Libra of Wands. So it seems like your attention is probably going to be on a higher authority, or it can be like the person you're dating as well. You might be dating like a sign or something. The Wand does relate to fire. I've never taken a tarot class. Okay. I've taken like 30 classes, but I've never taken a tarot class. I really want to. If you guys have like suggestions, I know if I were to take a tarot class, it would probably be with Diane Roper, because I've taken a couple of classes from her already. But so Wands is fire. It has to do with stepping into your self-esteem. So Libra, this can also be about you having self-esteem issues probably, but then you kind of like, oh no, I'm a bitch, I think. Yeah, I know that bitch. So Libra, and also you might just be really focused on having with you this week as well. And it can possibly be someone who's older than you, a fire sign, someone who exudes more masculine energy. I also like, because the here makes me think of like the nodes, especially like of the gecko, I think, or the lizard. So there is this more of like a response to it. So like you're really like affirming yourself this week, especially when it comes to big, bright energy. You also might be attracted to like lighter this week, or like you might be wearing brighter colors. So stepping a little bit out of your shell in order to like make a new one, basically. Especially that like shedding a tail, you know. It's cool how these animals, the geckos and the lizards, you can cut their tail off and they can make a new one. So that might be something that you're doing with the south node just naturally in your sign, Libra. So you might be cutting off a tail and like your new one. And this is the week where you're kind of like tail, you know, like that I've grown into. Not saying that you're in a shell. That's not a negative connotation, but you know, cute. We have puka shells and stuff. Love that. You might even wear a puka shell this week, or like you might jewelry about that. But yeah, it's also very bright energy. So you can be wearing orange this week, or you can be laughing a lot, or you can be having fun. Libra, this is a good week for you, especially because King of Wands is more of like a energy, and Libra feels very nice when they can decide on something, or like when they're firm on something. Libra is very like, oh, I don't know. Sushi, should we get pizza? You just get it. Who cares? Get both of them. Yeah. Like that about the Libras, especially like I feel this is very Libra moon energy as well. Especially like that lunar node, the moon's nodes is in Libra and Aries. Let's go on to our sweet little Scorpios. The moon will be in Scorpio, and also the moon will be in Libra this week too. So it's going to be crossing an ecliptic point. So this week is a little bit heavy when it comes to understanding like our a bit. There also just might be like from your past coming up too, because Mercury retrograde, I don't think so. I think it's more so with the understanding who you truly are now, that like you're coming in completion basically of your nodal story, or of your eclipse story basically, Libra. It's like, as a person, I fuck her. And I do too. I don't know you, but I mean, I don't know you. Okay, let's go into our sweet little Scorpios. Scorpio. Ooh, you're working hard, and that's what you're gonna do. Usually when I pull this card for myself, I just know that I'm going to be working all day. So Scorpio, you're going to be working all week. Like, that's it. Yeah. I'm going retrograde in your derivative third house. Sorry. I'm a good astrologer. Okay. No, but in your third house. Yeah, I know. Yes. Yeah. Going retro. I'm so dumb. In your 11th house. Mercury is going retrograde in your 11th house, which is a social house. I know that. The water risings always have Earth social houses, so they need consistent, reliable friendships in order to open themselves up and be happy around another person. Water are very interesting people when it comes to their social centers because they're all ruled by earth signs, which is the 3rd, the 7th, and the 11th are all ruled by earth signs when you're a water rising. But it can also be about you, like just lots of work, lots of people to talk to, lots of connections to make. Also, Mercury is going to be stationing direct in your 10th house. So that also makes sense that you're going to be working a lot this week and probably for the entire Mercury retrograde, or that there's going to be some work mistakes that you have to redo, but then you end up advancing in your career because of that. Also, there's a happy card. It's a gray card. So it's like happiness mixed with a little bit of neutrality. And that's it. Honestly, I just think that you guys are going to be working a lot. If you guys do have a job, then you might be doing that job. If you guys don't have a job, then you might be looking for work or something like that. So this is going to be the week where you are putting into motion because this is an action card because he's literally hammering something. You know, a Libra where they're just kind of like looking after something, or like Virgos over here that are like, I make decision and I stay with decision. And Libras as well, but the Scorpios are like hard at work. Yeah, good for Scorpio. At least you're working. You know, I don't dream of labor. I do. Give me something to do, or else I'm gonna, you know. So we had Scorpio, and now we start our last triad, which is with our Sagittariuses. I wonder how Sagittarius is dealing with Jupiter and Gemini. I feel good about that. Okay, Sagittarius, Judgment reversed. I'm not too sure about what the reversed of this can possibly mean. It might be like your closed door on like the dead because like the dead here is like reviving itself. So usually like there was like the off what that means. So you guys might be kind of like ending something, like ending a chapter on like something that like you're not beating a dead horse anymore, like you're way. You also might like actually go to like a funeral or something this week, or there's like a very definite ending. Again, the moon is going to be in Virgo, and then it's going to be in Libra, and then it's going to be in Scorpio. So there's kind of like to like the moon in Sagittarius. So there is kind of like of a chapter or doing something that needs to be done with, or something of like totality and like finality going here. Let me look at this. So it was the justice reversed is law, departments, bigotry, bias, excessive severity. See, I don't like these because it's like, what does that mean, severity? Like, I guess there might be like action that I need to take on something. But judgment reversed. I mean, there's that word again, bigotry. Where did we get that at the beginning? We got that with the card. I don't know. I forgot. Sorry. Yeah. I really don't like that word bigotry. Let me like Google what exactly that means because obstinate or intolerant devotion to one's own opinions and prejudice. So it's kind of like hypocrisy as well. Like yeah, tolerance of any belief or anything like that differs one's own. So yeah, it's like hard to your guns basically. Release. I think I got it right the first time. Release your expectations maybe. So you might like have something and it's like not really like working out the way that you wanted it to go, or you might just be like finished with like an act or whatever. So like that is like getting away, or like you're not be stubborn. You're like, oh no, I'm not gonna get chicken tenders, I'm actually gonna get like a poke bowl. I don't know why I just thought of that, but I'm just like saying like you're in like a system probably, and you're stepping into like a new one, and that also might be like an act or whatever, or like an kind of habit possibly. Yeah, it's like there might be a little bit of like malice going here. It makes sense because Jupiter is going to be in conjunction with Mars very soon in the sign of Gemini, which is opposite your sign. And you're also ruled by Jupiter as well. So Jupiter's motions has a little bit more of like an impact on you, especially with your relationships. So there could be like a blow up of your relationship, or that there might be like a fighting. And this is the week where like you have seeds for that fight. So I'm just letting you know, you might you be a little bit careful with what you say, especially to your partner this week, because that might kind of up later on, or like clientele as well. The 7th house is kind of like marketplace. Yeah, said that, and she's an excellent astrologer. So if you're watching this, Candace, thank you for telling me that the 7th house can be like a marketplace because it's like an field, you know, it's like not you, and that's a lot. So I feel like the 7th house, when I picture the 7th house, I picture like dating apps, like, or dating in a way. Yeah. Also might be something with health coming up too for Sagittarius because of that Mercury retrograde that's going to be squaring Uranus in your derivative 6th house. So you can be planting seeds for something that needs to be fixed later. Be careful. It seems like things are, maybe in retrospect, this reading will make sense. Okay, so a card for Capricorn. Oh. Aw, she's so pretty, isn't she? Yeah, it's floating in the sky. I think that Capricorn is going to have a good week this week just because Mercury is going retrograde in their derivative fourth house or ninth house. And the ninth house is like a place for like an amplified in. So Mercury going retrograde will kind of like those things, which is about travel, education, philosophy, spiritual rites, practices, the search for meaning, everything like that. The ninth house is such a wonderful place to be in. So you having an emphasis of that going on, Capricorn, is really nice. It's very wonderful. Capricorn is also like a very stick to your guns sort of energy. It's really committed energy as well. Like if they some bullshit, they're going to stand on that. You know, it'd be they'll make a problem. You know, they're here to initiate things because they're obviously like an initiator. So this would be about you just kind of like having lots of wisdom being endowed on you right now, because again, that's another ninth house signification, is understanding big like order and stuff like that. So you might be interested with something as well, or you might even have just like too many options available to you right now. Again, Saturn, which is your ruling planet, is in the land of Pisces, and you know, isn't land, it's more of like a vast cloud that you just kind of like so you might be lots of confusion as well. Like you're not really sure like where to go. Like, should I travel here? Should I vacation there? Should I make money here? Should I do this? Should I invest in that? So this might be a confusing time for you, but other way, it's very like ephemeral or kind of like base, but like you don't care. It's more so of like like where kind of all of your senses. What is that called? Like a chamber. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like an ice chamber. That's kind of like for Capricorn. It's like nothing's good, but it feels nice. You know, it's good though. A sensation really shouldn't have an on it if you're looking at it from like a perspective. But let's go to our Aquariuses. I love you, Aquarius. It's so funny how Aquarius season has St. Valentine's Day. Did you know? Okay, I love Valentine. He's one of my favorite saints. Mostly because he literally got like beheaded because he married someone. Like, bro, let people love. Like, why did the Roman Church have to do all that? Like, chill. I think that was a Gnostic priest. And the Gnostics, if you haven't read a lot about that, they believed in this one god called the demiurge, and everything, like basically Gnostics, that everything here on earth was bad and evil, but we all had God within us. Like the humans were nice ones. Like we're like a divinity. We are angels basically. And so believed like we didn't need a priest or a pastor to kind of talk to gods. We just needed like a connection with ourselves and like a disconnection from like worldly matters. So we like the demiurge. I wouldn't consider myself a Gnostic, but I often find I think in a past life I was a Gnostic priest possibly. But there's Gnostic values within things like that. But yeah, so Valentine in Aquarius. So maybe Aquariuses can really like flow with the Gnostics. I don't know. Aquarius, are you a Gnostic? Why didn't you tell me? Okay, let me do more. Okay, jeez. Okay. I think this card is interesting because you see the triangle here. That's an alchemical symbol for fire. You're working with fire, but you're doing it in kind of like it's like a very energy. So Aquarius, you might have been like in lots of people. You've probably been talking to lots of people. You've been expressing yourself more, and this might have been kind of a little too much for you. So you might be like alchemizing this energy. Like you expended energy, you got energy, and you're expending it and you're getting it. So it's kind of like a balance on here. So it seems like you might be meeting like an energy this week or something. I don't know. It seems like a very spiritual week for you, especially because I was just talking about like Gnostics, priests, and stuff. So yeah, this is kind of funny energy for the it's not funny. I mean, everything is funny, but I mean, not funny if you're funny enough. But okay, so the temperance, economy, moderation, management, accommodation. So yeah, you might be really frugal this week. Like you might have an opportunity to spend a lot of money on something and you're like, no, it's Mercury retrograde. I know better than that. Or you might be making really good business decisions, or there's a lot of moderation that you're employing into your world. There's lots of balance. You might be like eating a very balanced diet this week, or, you know, when we get temperance, we really see angels. So there's some sort of like holiness that's given this week. So this is a good week for the Aquariuses. I like this a lot. There's lots of mature energy, balanced, you know, and endowment with, some sort of moderation practice, I would assume. So yeah, it seems like a good week to make any business decisions, because of how like frugal that you might be. You might be like, okay, I know this Louis Vuitton bag is not going to give me anything besides, I don't know what it can give you. Maybe don't buy it. A status symbol? Who the fuck cares? You're an Aquarius. Let's go to our weird fishes, Pisces. You guys should listen to Wishes by Radiohead. It's my favorite song. I love that song. Pisces, especially Pisces. If you're a Pisces and you haven't listened to that song, okay. Ace of Pentacles. So you might be making more money this week, Pisces, or you might be getting something this week. Or did we get Ace of Pentacles for Pisces? I feel like we got Ace of Pentacles for Pisces sometime in the past. I don't know. Ace of Pentacles. You're holding on to something. You have it, babes. Like, you know, with money, maybe even there's like a physical given towards you. There also might be like lots of given towards you as well. And you're maybe giving back. I don't know. I see this and I see lots of generosity. I see lots of hubrisness as well. So that's like a little bit of pridefulness too, because Pisces, don't be like that. You can be a little bit arrogant sometimes. But it's all letting go of that, you know? So this card, it's a nice one. It's a good week for the Pisces, especially because Pisces has been dealing with lots of like shit lately. Mercury is retrograde in your like derivative 7th house. So there might be like karma being given towards another person, like did you wrong, or it can be like someone coming back to you as well, like someone that you hated or whatever. But it looks like you're redoing something and you're doing it with lots of precision now. Again, very Virgo like you know doing this time around. Also, you might be like fumbling a little this week too. Again, we're going into a Mercury retrograde, but I think that this is going to be a very productive Mercury retrograde, and you also just might be finding your way a little bit more. So let me give you the Rider-Waite definition of the Ace of Pentacles. I just get a good vibe when I see that card. Like, I don't know. I don't care what it means. I like how I feel. Right, Pisces? So perfect contentment, felicity, ecstasy. Also speedy intelligence and gold. So you might be wearing lots of gold this week. So interesting. Yeah, Pisces, put on some gold. Yeah, so that's all that I have to say for the signs this week. I hope you guys have a really great week. Again, we're still some rocky waters, but you can always find a way to like body surf. You know, isn't that fun? Get a jet ski or something. We're going into rocky territory basically, but I feel like this is good. It's a good retrograde, honestly. I think so. Yeah, have a good week, guys.